All right, welcome back to the Gym Business Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Timothy Lyons Jr., with his new Aura ring. Let me show the camera.
Oh, there you go.
Joined by Randy Angston. What's up?
You decided to get yelled at by your Aura ring again?
Well, I'm being honest with you. I was probably first one to adopt this Aura ring. It was like a Gen 1 or 2, and then I just stopped wearing it because I thought it was giving me like arthritis in this finger, but I stopped wearing it for 2 years, and I still have it. So here we are. I did a wellness package the other day to myself. I got grounding sheets.
I did the same.
I got a Faraday bag for my cell phone.
Cell phone, yeah.
I stuff it in there. No
IMF or whatever
transmission. Got this Aura ring for tracking. I got this Lumi body clock 300s alarm clock that like turns on like it's like an alarm clock because my phone's off.
Yep.
It's an alarm clock like it mimics the sunrise.
Subtle, yeah, that gentle, yeah.
And the sunset, and I just used it for the first time today. So little wellness care package for myself.
There you go. You're what's the term? Like you're a product of the product. Like, you know what I mean? You're doing the same things that we would recommend.
Yeah, to the clients and stuff. So anyways, here we are. We got a great episode for you guys today. We are talking direct response marketing, something that gyms do very well to their own detriment.
There you go.
So we had an episode in the past on intent-based branding and what that is. And if you were looking at a spectrum of marketing, you would have on the left-hand side of the spectrum, you have a direct response. On the right-hand side, you have branding. And somewhere in the middle, you've got intent-based branding. So we talked about intent-based branding on our last episode, which is branding with content and education with a subtle call to action. Branding all the way to the right-hand side would be no call to action. Just here's my logo. Here's who we stand. Was what we are, who we are, what we believe. And then all the way to the left, what we're talking about today is direct response marketing. Direct response marketing. So if you were just to picture what direct response marketing looks like, it is an offer. It is buy 2 weeks, get for the price of 4, whatever. Get 4 weeks for the price of 2. Buy one, get one. 50% off, going out of business sale, everything must go.
Urgency, scarcity. Yep.
Buy the thing, take action, join my thing, buy my ticket, come to my event. Literally, it's asking somebody to buy in real time on an ad or on some kind of message.
The name itself kind of identifies it as
direct response.
Yeah, you're asking the consumer to take that immediate action, that immediate response. Yes.
Yep. Opt in. Whatever it is, it's usually no education. It's just the offer.
Mm-hmm.
And gyms are really good at putting offers of direct response out into the market because we're looking for 5 women in this area for our 6-week challenge. We're looking for 5 gyms to take on this new XYZ thing. We are, are you a thing and do you want this? Buy our XYZ package. Like everywhere you look, direct response marketing is everywhere. It's probably the easiest thing to do. However, let's talk about the results that come with that or lack of results that come with that. When you put an offer like a direct response marketing offer out into the market, the only people that react to that or opt in or take action or move forward are the people that already know, like, and trust you, already know that personal training or yoga or whatever you offer is the solution that they believe will give them the results that they want. So they're way down the road of the shopping thing. It's very difficult to take somebody that's never even thought of working out, give them an offer for working out, and have them do anything with it.
Correct.
So if they're not already there, you're not going to get a reaction or a response from the people that see that. The only ones that do are the ones that already were going to do something anyway. So that leaves about 99% of the market unaffected by direct response.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe you should have direct response marketing? Absolutely, because that's the quickest and lowest hanging fruit. But once you pick all that low hanging fruit off of those orange trees or an apple trees, like That's it. That's your market until new people move into town or until something happens in the lives of those people that move them closer to actually deciding that working out is the solution that they're looking for. You're going to get no response because the people on top of the tree, they don't know who the heck, they're just living life.
Sometimes they don't even know they have the problem.
Right. So they're walking around obese, hypertension, diabetic, and they just think that's the way life is. And they're not even looking for a solution. But yet you're asking them to join your personal training program and grind it out and get 3 sessions for the price of $99 or try our first 10 classes for free, whatever. Like I see it every day.
Oh, yeah.
There's an F45 right down the street. 10 classes for $29. 10. Okay, that's a direct response ad. 10 classes for $29.99. So $3 a class. What do you do if you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm just living life. Like you're just going to not resonate.
Yeah.
And so like maybe the 1% of the people pick you up on that. But once, and this is what happens all the time, once that first batch of low-hanging fruit absorb the offer, opt in or see it once or twice, your ads start to fatigue very quickly, and nobody else is in that top 1% of the people that speaks to, and herein lies the issue. If that's the only thing that you're pushing out into the market over and over and over again, your ads are going to stop working.
I would say that's the biggest mistake gym owners make, right? You said, you should allocate some funds and some of your marketing should go to direct response. There are people in your network that are waiting for you to position an offer to take action. This is going to appeal to them. But like Tim said, 99% of the people, they're at a different level of awareness in their own life. They're moving through. They're not necessarily looking for that. And that's where the direct response comes in. Excuse me, the intent-based marketing, branding comes in. I used to use the analogy that the marketplace is like a bank account. Direct response is a withdrawal, right? We're asking the marketplace to elicit or to take action right now on that offer that we're presenting to them. Well, if you've ever gone to your bank and you've only taken withdrawals, at some point you run out of money. You run out of the ability to do that. Goodwill, if you may. So that's where the intent-based, back to the previous episode, intent-based branding can provide that value so that you're continually depositing goodwill, like trust, respect comes through that, right? Listen to that episode. We talk about being able to deliver value without the expectation of a payment or charge to the consumer. If you do that on the left side and then you position direct response, you're almost always going to have funds in your bank account, right? You're always going to have somebody to speak to that's ready to take action today. And I fully believe that the majority of gym, I mean, it's astronomical. I mean, we've seen this long enough. We've been doing this game long enough. The majority of gyms that we see spend all of their resources on direct response marketing. And then that's why they run into that struggle. That's why they kind of find themselves in a desperate, I need new leads today. I need somebody to speak to today. Mm-hmm. I don't have, you're not building their list. They're just going to a borrowed audience, right, like Facebook, Meta, Google, and we're looking for the person who's ready to take action today. Well, that will run out. Or at least get harder and harder to continue to pull those people from, like you said, the low-hanging fruit.
Have you been pounding direct response for years, like many have, like we have too? Like
it's a mute message.
But at the same time, we're also putting out deposits of goodwill with our blogs, our podcasts, and this is from the gym level. We put out, we do events, we're doing hiking, we're doing some stuff like that in the community just to get the word out. Like, it is what it is. This is not an easy game to play. You got the long tail strategy with intent-based branding, and you got the short, call it low-hanging fruit strategy with the direct response. You need to run both all the time. And if your direct response starts to stop working, okay, it's okay to shut that engine off and maybe just use it as a retargeting mechanism where maybe you're sending traffic from your intent-based branding blog stuff back to your blog. Like you put it out online or your email, you push it back to the blog, get pixeled, and then maybe just like at $10 a day, you're just kind of targeting the people who have already seen your stuff a couple times, watched your videos a couple of times. Then you start producing an offer to those folks, and they will react because they're getting higher on the awareness triangle, right?
And that's I think where a lot of this comes from, right? Direct response, we're doing it for us. We're trying to get the value out of that marketplace. Intent-based branding is more about the consumer. What do they need in order to make the decision to purchase from us? What value-based content can we provide to them to bubble them up in their journey, their process, and then raise their level of awareness so that when we do position that offer in front of them, they're willing to take action, and they understand that this is the solution I'm pursuing, I'm looking for. This is the gym, 5 Mile Famous again, right? That I believe has the result that I'm looking for, and they go hand in hand. And I think the biggest thing though is not gyms operate, when it comes to marketing, I feel like so many operate from a place of like scarcity and desperation. I need new business today, and that's why we jump to direct response. But we do it to yourself, to your comment, in a detriment, right? We're never doing the intent-based stuff that's creating more people to talk to position the direct response to. And then that's the reason why you find yourself, jumping from agency to agency, looking for the next hook.
And by the way, every agency that you hire is only doing direct response.
Correct.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do, because if you think about it from the agency standpoint, their only job, or the way that they get graded or patted on the back or paid for the next month, is that they generate leads. And the only way you can really generate leads at scale is asking somebody to take action in real time.
Yep.
You can still generate leads from intent-based branding and marketing and content marketing with a subtle call to action, but it's going to be at a less scale than buy my thing, buy my thing. And speaking of direct response, guys, we have the Growth Summit coming up June 25th through 27th, fitprogrowsummit.com. Grab your tickets now. That, my friends, is direct response marketing. I just did it right there on the screen for you. But that's the truth, guys. Agencies are going to give you the direct response stuff. I think it's more up to you as the gym owner, as the expert, to do the intent-based branding stuff on your own. Because think about agencies. They're not gym people. They're just digital marketers that understand Facebook and marketing and automation and speed to lead and all the coined terms. They know that, but they don't know how the body works. They don't know what macronutrients mean and the calories per each one and how to do basal metabolic rate and, total energy expenditure for the day. And, all this stuff that you guys know, and that stuff is valuable. And that can be content that you then say, guys, if you found interest in this, join our list. We're doing this every week, blah, blah, blah.
They don't, even one step further, they don't know the questions your clients are asking, right?
No.
And that's the easiest way to create content, right? Is what are the common questions my clients have? If I'm looking to attract more people that look and feel just like my clients, let's speak to their questions to the marketplace. Bring that same value that you can deliver to your clients, or maybe you have that in your initial onboarding as somebody becomes a member. Take that stuff to the marketplace. Share that to the entire population, and with a subtle call to action. Hey, if you want more information, leave your name on sign up for our newsletter. And then you can continue to. It's more of a drip, right? It's the expectation, and I think this is important to say too. Just because somebody signs up for your newsletter does not mean that they're ready to buy from you today.
That's the other.
And I think that's a mistake gyms make. Is like, oh, I got that lead information, name, phone number, email address, and then the first thing you hit them with is an offer. Buy my stuff.
When they didn't opt in.
That's not what
they opted in for the content.
More information,
not for the direct response. Offer. Anyways. Hopefully that helps you guys. You understand, like, guys, there's more things that you should be doing. If your ads stop working, this is most likely why. It's fatigue, and because the lowest hanging fruit's already been picked off the tree and it's not resonating anymore. So,
and one last thing there, because we know gyms are so heavily in direct response, sometimes it might not even be you that's burning out the marketplace. It could be the marketplace with every bit of your competition offering direct response, right?
Really
if everybody's running challenges, the marketplace is looking at like which place am I going to go pick for. But if you're the gym that comes along and says, all right, join our newsletter because I've just delivered this piece of value, you're going to start bringing market share to your newsletter, to your list, because you're providing that value without the immediate expectation of the return.
Exactly. Yep.
And they're not going to be doing it, right? So,
and nobody's really doing. This is the greatest way to. Again, this is more intent-based branding, but this is the biggest way to make yourself stand apart from all the noise online, because your competitors only really are doing direct response. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Now you've got both sides of that spectrum, and you can understand which ones and why and when to use them. Guys, again, our Growth Summit's coming up, fitprogrowthsummit.com. Go snag your tickets, #direct response. And that's it for this episode. Until next time, keep changing the lives. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.